533 Byzantine general Belisarius makes his formal entry into Carthage, having conquered it from the Vandals. In 1520 King Henry Roman VIII of England orders the installation of bowling lanes in his palace at Whitehall. In 1550 Khanate of Kazan is conquered by troops of Ivan Grozny. First ballet staged in Paris 1581 The first Ballet Comique de la Réunie, commissioned by Catherine de Médicis, is staged in Paris. In 1582 Gregorian calendar is introduced in Spain, Portugal, and the Papal States after skipping 10 days from October 4 to sync the calendar to the solar year and compensate for the drift that has occurred due to the Julian calendar having too many leap days. In 1598 Spanish general and strategist Bernardino de Mendoza occupies Fort Rhine. In 1641 Paul de Chaume de Maisonneuve claims Montreal. Escape of Charles Roman II 1651 Future King of England Charles Roman II flees England and pursues parliamentary forces, sailing from Shoreham, West Sussex, to France. In 1654 Prince William of Orange appointed Viceroy of Overyssel. In 1655 Jews of Lublin are massacred. In 1660 Asser Leviu is granted a butcher est license for kosher meat in New Amsterdam. In 1674 Toskar witch trials, the largest witch trials in Sweden, begin. 71 people are beheaded and burned. In 1705 the English fleet under Lord Peterborough occupies Barcelona. In 1724 Cornelis Steenhoven becomes the first Archbishop of the Old Catholic Church in Utrecht, Netherlands. In 1756 Saxon army surrenders to Prussia. In 1764 Edward Gibbon observes a group of friars singing in the ruined Temple of Jupiter in Rome, which inspires him to begin work on the history of the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. In 1777 Maj. James Grave Simcoe is appointed Commandant of the Queen-S Rangers in Pennsylvania. In 1783 Jean-François Piltry de Rozier makes the first tethered balloon ascent. In 1786 earliest 32 F0C recorded temperature in New York City. In 1816 Lord Byron views the love letters of Lucrezia Borgia and poet Pietro Bembo in Milan and declares them the prettiest love letters in the world. Marx appointed editor 1842 Karl Marx is appointed editor-in-chief of the newspaper Rheinische Zeitung. In 1846 American doctor William Thomas Green Morton's first public use of ether. In 1863 Cliff House opens in San Francisco, first of many on the site. In 1864 Confederate troops occupy Glasgow, Missouri. In 1866 Great Fire in Quebec destroys 2,500 homes. In 1877 First session of the U.S. 45th Congress 1877-79 convenes in Washington, D.C. In 1878 Edison Electric Light Company is incorporated. In 1880 Mexican soldiers kill Victorio, one of the greatest Apache military strategists. 1881 American Angler, the first American fishing magazine, is published. In 1883 U.S. Supreme Court declares Civil Rights Act of 1875 unconstitutional. In 1884 Charles Old Hoss Radbourn pitches his 60th win of the season for the MLB Providence Grays in an 8-0 victory over the Quakers in Philadelphia. Night on Bald Mountain 1886 Modest Mussorgsky's musical fantasy Night on Bald Mountain premieres at Kononov Hall in St. Petersburg, Russia. Ex homo 1888 German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche decides to write his autobiography Ex homo on his 44th birthday. In 1889 Amsterdam Central Station officially opens. In 1890 Alabama Penny Savings Bank is organized in Birmingham. In 1895 Henry Perky patents a machine he develops with William Ford for the preparation of cereals for food, otherwise known as shredded wheat. In 1897 Aaron and Samuel Block carry the first mail pouch. In 1899 MLB Cleveland Spiders close out the season by losing both ends of a doubleheader, 16-1 and 19-3, to the Cincinnati Reds on the road. Spiders end the year with a record of 20-134, still holding the record for the fewest wins won. In 1904 the Russians are driven back by the Japanese in the Battle of Jarho, Both sides suffer heavy casualties, Japanese 16,000 and Russian 60,000. In 1905, union workers at NVV reject safety demands. In 1913, train crash at St. James Station, Liverpool during Black Week kills 6 and injures 64. In 1914, Battle of Warsaw begins, ends October 21. In 1914, U.S. Clayton Antitrust Act passes union and strike rights. Martyr Haria executed 1917. Dutch exotic dancer Martyr Haria is executed by a firing squad for allegedly spying for Germany during World War I in Vincennes near Paris. In 1918, British Q-ship Cymric sinks British submarine J6. In 1919, 14 horses begin a 300-mile race from Vermont to Massachusetts for a $1,000 prize. In 1923, American pianist Henry Carroll sparks a riot among audience members due to his avant-garde piano techniques at Gewandhaus Concert Hall in Leipzig, Germany. Some try to physically stop his performance, while others defend him. German hyperinflation. 1923, Chancellor Hans Luther presents a plan for currency reform to stabilize the German mark during hyperinflation. Surrealist Manifesto. 1924, Andrew Breton publishes the Surrealist Manifesto with Editions du Sagittaire in Paris. In 1925, Willem Lander's opera Beatrice premieres in The Hague. In 1926, Austria's government under Seipel forms. In 1926, Philip Barria's play White Wings premieres in New York City. In 1928, Walter Johnson signs a 3-year contract to manage the Senators. In 1932, Tartar Airlines, later to become Air India, makes its first flight. 1933, 20th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution goes into effect, changing the start of a presidential term from March to January. Shostakovich's first piano concert. 1933, Dmitri Shostakovich's first piano concerto premieres in Leningrad, with Shostakovich at the piano. In 1933, Philadelphia Eagles played their first NFL game, losing to the NY Giants 56-0. In 1935, NHL St. Louis Eagles